Yo, what's good? What's good? It's your man 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Today I want to do a video on the blueprint for success for the Philadelphia 76ers. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Truly appreciate all the love and support and how this channel is growing. Look, let me just start off by saying the Philadelphia 76ers are in the category of Eastern Conference teams that should come out of the East. And when I say should, it means that they have everything at their disposal to be able to do so. They have the coaching, they have the stability, they have the leadership, they have the talent, they have the top end talent, meaning the superstar that should be able to compete in the playoffs against any other superstar. They have depth, they have length, they have youth, they have a system, they have experience. They literally have every single thing you can want or would point to for any other team that gets to the NBA Finals to have. And yet, man, if I tell y'all certain specific things have to go right, it's a shame to still have to say it, but damn it, certain things have to go just right. Because, and this is the first point, they're two superstars, and I want to say they're two known superstars, are some of the most mercurial, finicky, inconsistent individuals that you want to see. Joel Embiid and James Harden. They as talented as they are. And let me be clear, when I say inconsistent, I'm not talking about their talent. I'm not even talking about their production. I'm talking about when they show up and how they show up. You see, this is what they refer to as the intangibles of an athlete, of a player, right? The things that you can't necessarily measure in terms of rebounds, percentages, and box scores. It's the makeup of a person. And these two individuals at times can be suspect. At times can be weird. At times you look at them and you're uncertain as to what you're seeing, because how they move in this game, how they move when it matters the most, leaves a lot to be desired. You know, with Joel Embiid, I've said this before, he's always had the talent. But there's times where I look to him and I go, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why does it take you so many seasons to get into the best shape of your life? Why are we still looking at you wondering if you could get into better shape? Why are we still waiting for that signature playoff appearance where you just dominate all the way through and we go, wow, this is the best player in the world? Because for some reason, it seems like you have way better regular seasons than you do playoffs. And whenever you get eliminated, there's always some really good excuse as to why you didn't quite have that good of a series, right? Either there's an injury, there was something going on. Maybe we're pointing and looking at somebody else, right? Maybe we're putting the blame on somebody else. It's never quite you. Even when you say you're going to come back the next year because it was such a heartbreaking loss, your comeback leaves a whole lot to be desired. I don't know what it is. It's hard to put a solid finger on, but it's just weird. And I feel like his teammates see it too, where they're like, look, we know this guy is good, but who are we going to get when it matters the most, when the chips are down? And the reality is, with James Harden, he's the exact same way. Who are you going to get when the chips are down, when things get tight? His teammates have never known that. He's always been somebody who's either faded away. Maybe he begins to put up a bunch of points in a big game when it's already settled and it doesn't matter. Maybe he's too lackadaisical and he doesn't seem to assert himself when you need him to the most. He doesn't seem to have that rhythm to know when to impose his will to make sure that you keep the edge in games, right? He doesn't seem overly engaged as he did during the regular season. Both of these guys, regular seasons, man, if they produce in the playoffs like the regular season, both of these guys would have been at championships. But for some reason, there's always something left to be desired, something left on the table. There's always a good reason, a good excuse to not get the job done, or why you didn't show up when it mattered the most. Now, this is the second point. It's because of the first point. because of the mercurial nature of these two superstars, that this second thing must happen. Tyrese Maxey must ascend to the clear-cut number 2 option. Matter of fact, he needs to ascend to become the Kobe Bryant to Shaquille O'Neal Los Angeles Lakers. He needs to be that clear-cut, hey, you know what? I know you're the man. But damn it, if you need me to in a pinch at any moment, I can step up and be the man. I can be that dude. I can be the leader. I can be the individual who puts the team on his back. I could be the guy who seizes the moment and steps up when it's needed the most. He must ascend. And for that to happen, a few other things need to happen. One, Doc Rivers needs to see it, communicate it, and reinforce it through play calling and through who he taps on the shoulder for last second shots at the end of quarters, at the end of games. If it's not Embiid, damn it, the next option better be Tyrese Maxey, not James Harden. And this is the second half of that. James Harden needs to understand this too. You're not winning a championship with you as the second best player. I don't believe it. I don't think anybody believes it. I think we've all accepted at this point, Houston James Harden is never coming back. And that's okay. The question is that okay with you? We don't need you to be Houston James Harden. When I say we, I mean Philadelphia fans, individuals who want to see this team succeed, win a championship, have an opportunity to, because I would love to see this team in the NBA Finals. I think it's beyond their time. I wanted to see it with Ben Simmons because I think his defensive versatility would have been absolutely scary and so much fun to see. But at the same time, I want to see you guys have an opportunity to, because these opportunities may not come over and over. You never know when there's going to be an injury to a key player. You never know when some other team is going to ascend, right? The Boston Celtics are going to be on a revenge tour. They're going to be on this was not a fluke. We want our ring. They're going to try to pull a Golden State Warriors after they lost to LeBron James, right? We're trying to prove something here. And they're going to be hell-bent on getting back. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to be hell-bent on getting back, thinking that, hey, if Chris Middleton hadn't gotten injured, we would have been right there, right? There are teams who are itching to get there. And on top of that, there are teams who are coming up behind you, and you never know when a major superstar is going to ascend. We don't know if Trae Young is going to hit another gear. Jason Tatum's going to hit another gear. Pascal Siakam's going to hit another gear. Scotty Barnes is going to hit another gear. We don't know who is going to elevate themselves, and all of a sudden you go, wow, this team is a problem that we never knew. We didn't know that this team was going to be this. And now our window may have shrunk. So the moment is now. And for this team to get back to where they want to be, semifinals, to get into a conference finals and potentially an NBA finals, Tyrese Maxey has to ascend. Now, the last thing that I want to point to is that PJ Tucker has to, and I believe he is, I don't even think this is a question mark as much as it is an assertion, is that he gives this team heart. I could see last year in the playoffs, Tyrese Maxey, he has mad heart. Like, you could question the heart of James Harden. You can question the heart of Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey, you could see that fire, though. You saw it in him. Whenever James Harden or his teammates weren't performing up to snuff, when they weren't swinging the ball, when they weren't giving him an opportunity to carry the team like he wanted to, when they didn't have that intensity to really compete and go for it, what did he do? You began to see the emotion erupt inside of him. You began to see his energy begin to pile up and build up inside of him to get released out on the court. He was like, give me the ball and get out the way. I got it. He has the heart, but the problem was he was too young. He's still in his rookie deal. This is going to be his third season. And as much as he's ready for it physically, as much as he's ready for it mentally, he doesn't have the social capital yet. He doesn't have the belief of his team. And this is where PJ Tucker comes in. One, he's got to have Tyrese Maxey's back in the same way he used to have James Harden's back when he was in Houston, right? He's got to be that dude who reinforces when Tyrese Maxey says, yo, let's go. He's got to be right there next to him and go, yo, let's get it. PJ Tucker has got to be the heartbeat of this team, like Draymond Green is for the Golden State Warriors, like Patrick Beverly was for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and now with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's got to be that energy. He's got to be that level of accountability that demands the best of this team. If he does that, if he makes that shift to be like, look, James, I still rock with you. You still my guy. You got me here in Philly, got this contract. I appreciate all the love and support. But this dude right here, Tyrese Maxey, he's the reason why we're going to get there. And I've got to have his back. And I need you on board. And if you're not doing right and Tyrese Maxey calls you out for not calling that defensive a rotation or calling out that screen or swinging the ball or holding the ball too long at the top, just dribbling and not running a set and calling something out, right? If he calls you out and he's right, I got his back. And I need you to accept that. I need you to be real enough to understand what we're trying to do here. And that's got to be PJ Tucker because there's no other voice on this team like that. Joel Embiid is not that voice. Tobias Harris is not that voice, right? It's got to be PJ Tucker. And if he does, I'm almost 150% sure Doc Rivers is going to have his back because he's been begging for Joel Embiid to be that guy. He knows James Harden is not that guy. Tobias Harris, he knows, is not that guy. And if Embiid can't, they finally brought in somebody who can. But as always, I want to know what you guys think. Holler at me in the comment section if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think the keys to success or the blueprint for success for this Philadelphia 76ers team is this season. How far do you think that they're going to go? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.